Nintendo, please, 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 please make an Ocarina of Time HD remake. I am begging you, please, please make that game. Please, please, please. This is something that's been on the back of my mind since playing the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo, and how gorgeous that game is, and seeing the fans' reaction for a game to come back from the past into a brand new light, and everyone's just having fun. They're having parties over there in Final Fantasy VII fandom. After playing that and also seeing how the Resident Evil franchise has been remaking their games, please Nintendo, make an Ocarina of Time remake, please. And I know what you're about to say. Ocarina of Time has already been remade on the 3DS, so we have the remake. But let's be real here. You know what I mean by an actual remake. I don't want a remaster. I want a remake. I feel like a remake of the Ocarina of Time would be such a good idea, especially in the age of remakes and nostalgia. I mean, it's one of the greatest games, if not the greatest game ever made. So why wouldn't you try to remake it in a brand new light for a brand new audience? Yes, you could argue that we'd want to keep something that's so perfect to be perfect, but I feel like they should take a chance, and technically Nintendo has been leaning towards this with the Zelda games, especially Twilight Princess. To me, Twilight Princess is Ocarina of Time, but with, well, a completely different story and a completely different, like, style. Pretty much Hyrule Field is the same. You go to almost the same locations. It's technically Ocarina of Time with wolf elements and different gameplay mechanics. That's what it is to me. And if you're already gonna lean towards that, you may as well make a full-blown Ocarina of Time remake. On YouTube already, there are videos of Ocarina of Time made in Unreal Engine 4, and every time I see that, I just get so enthralled in those videos, because I could imagine how beautiful a game like Ocarina of Time would be in Unreal Engine 4, and that's just a remaster in Unreal Engine 4, talk less of a remake. You're probably wondering how this remake would be possible, right? I think that if you use Unreal Engine 4 graphics and you use the same or similar story of Ocarina of Time, but let's say it'll be more expanded like they're doing with Final Fantasy VII, and you use the gameplay world of Breath of the Wild with all the mechanics, I mean, put all of those and I feel like you're making a perfect Zelda game. Honest to God. Link and the Deku Tree in HD, just that alone would make me so happy. So imagine a whole game like that, and imagine if like the dungeons were just way bigger in scale, akin to what I believe they're gonna do in the new Breath of the Wild sequel, whereby it looks like they're going to be exploring underground dungeons, but that's a whole theory for another time. If you can expand the temples and make them, let's say, instead of being an hour long to complete, sorry, I said temples. If you can expand the dungeons and make them, instead of being an hour long to complete, and make them 3 hours long to complete, that is very possible with Breath of the Wild's engine. Also, the fact that you can use Breath of the Wild's mechanics in the fact that for Link to go from one town to another, he would have to eat to survive and fight enemies all across the field. That's another thing. You could throw whatever you want in that game and expand it. I mean, you could put extra towns and extra side quests and extra things to do while still having the core mechanic, the core story, and the core world of Ocarina of Time. Now, in terms of the story of Ocarina of Time, I feel like it's the best story in Zelda history. Well, in terms of the 3D Zelda history, I would say. It has so many good elements from it, from Link being a small boy and growing up to being an adult, seeing Hyrule in 2 different lights, see the music is just beautiful, each location is just so iconic. Like Final Fantasy VII, there are so many iconic things about Ocarina of Time that I feel like a remake would be more of a love letter than a cash grab for the Legend of Zelda franchise. With this game, the Zelda team have a lot of opportunity to expand on a lot of the characters that we have in the game and give them way more story depth, maybe even implement ideas that they didn't even have before or they couldn't do before, and bring Ocarina of Time to a brand new light for people who might wonder why this game has a 99% on Metacritic and is the most critically acclaimed game ever. But obviously, if you were to try and bring this to a new light, especially with Breath of the Wild style game, it would be quite hard to it'd be quite hard to implement some of their mechanics. So, for example, weapon breaking, right? Weapon breaking would be a lot less of a sell to Ocarina of Time fans when, you know, weapons didn't break. But on the flip side, you would add way more weapons and then we'll have more variety, hence remake. See, we could do this. In all honesty, I don't know if this will ever happen or not. I mean, it's just me rambling as a Zelda fan and an Ocarina of Time fan, but I really do think Nintendo should at least give it a thought, give it a try. You'll make a lot of money from it and a lot of people will buy it straight away. And I feel like that feeling that the Final Fantasy VII fans have, where they've opened the demo and they're having flashbacks of what they used to see when they first played Final Fantasy VII, that could be the same for Ocarina of Time fans. So that's just me rambling on about a remake of Ocarina of Time. Hopefully, please, Nintendo, please, do you agree or disagree with anything I'm saying? Let me know in the comment section. I'm open to discussion. Please like and subscribe to this channel because I'll try and release more frequent videos, and I hope you have a great day. Alright, bye.